Why did I audition? It was the start of COVID. It was a crazy time. We were all kind of waiting for things to start up again. Yeah, I saw this. I was super curious what it was about. I've never worked for a Punjabi film company before, so that was a new experience. But yeah, I wanted to give it a chance. Then once we started working on it, it was pretty fun. All these indie films, there's always something interesting about them, and whether that's someone you work with or footage you can use, or whether it really is a big challenge from an acting standpoint. We always take something from it. We don't always know what it's going to be until it's done, but I mean, that's easy. I think I think the network stuff isn't always trying to tell stories. It's always, at least a lot of us in Vancouver's, tends to be, you know, more about a certain type of style and certain audience they're really focused on. I think hearing new stories from new people is what's exciting, and that's what makes the industry actually exciting. It's what we want to work on. Wasn't necessarily raised with a complex understanding of privilege and what comes with that. So yeah, he wants to develop. He is a capitalist. He believes in development in all of its forms, and he doesn't necessarily view the land as anything more than a means of income. So that's really, it's simple to him. It's not a complex negotiation. Working with this group was a lot more freestyle. There's room to improvise, which is super fun. You know, it was definitely nice to be able to work with the script and be updating as we go and constantly changing it. And I think not having that super precise format we're used to in our usual way of working, it takes the pressure off. So there's a lot more room to play and make choices and see what sticks. We're shooting out of town for what, 3 weeks, I guess, in total. I think we had a great time. You know, in our free time, we got a chance to head down to the river and try the local cidery and all that. So no, it was a great group of people, and I think if it wasn't for the quality of people, it wouldn't have been a fun process, but it was. Our project. I'm curious to see where it goes. I'm super excited to see the trailer. It looks super cool, and it's interesting being involved this much from the very first step, in terms of seeing the footage without color correction and seeing stuff that I as an actor don't normally get to see. I normally am on set for the day, and then I'm seeing the final product. So it's cool seeing it grow, and I'm really excited to see the final project. Obviously, we're in a world where capitalism has put us in some tricky situations, and we obviously have a lot of people still fighting to develop undeveloped land, and not necessarily to respect Indigenous territory rights, and a lot of other complex issues, particularly in BC. We're on unceded territory. We didn't want to make this film particularly about the Indigenous versus colonial conflict. But it's obviously a huge underlying issue in BC. I think seeing the land as the source of the curse itself, and wanting to defend itself, isn't something we see. And we're so used to people having to defend the land, right? We have so many people making really substantial and important efforts to defend the land, but the concept that the land can defend itself, which is something I think we'd all love to see in the real world, but we'll have to keep fighting. Yeah, get excited and keep your eyes peeled, because it's going to be a cool project when it comes out.